Hello Virgo, and welcome to your general tarot reading for the 4th week of May. So what do we have here? In the crowning energy for the 4th week of May, we have a King of Wands. So, and this King is looking towards the section talking about your career, finance and your own business. So, as you can see, the King of Wands, it's almost, in this particular reading for you, it talks about the completion of things, completion of cycle, completion of way of thinking, completion maybe of job, or finding the new ways, or looking into the new ways of earning your income. Interestingly enough, straight away underneath, let me make it more visible for you, underneath those two of swords, and down below you have another two of swords, and those three cards down here that serve as a narrative to this overall crowning energy. So, and then once again, interestingly enough, you have seven of Pentacles twice as well. So this is very interesting energy. Something is coming across something strongly too. There's a strong energy here and strong message, but let me just go with the reading and then I'm going to kind of go and explain it all. So because the King of Wands is facing those two cards, which there are Six of Cups and Two of Swords over here, it looks like either you are in decision, in terms of indecision, you're choosing not to make a decision, or you feel like you don't have options. But it almost feels that for some of you it might be the option that you're given, is not an option. It's almost like you're given something that kind of on the surface smells, feels good, but in your gut that actually it isn't the best of the options, and therefore you being not willing, or maybe it's not willing, but it's not for you, it's not an option. And I don't know precisely what that means for all of you, but for some of you, for sure, it's going to mean changing the way of approach, changing the way how you do things. In terms of if that is your work environment, there is some kind of change is needed in the way how you behave, or what is your attitude. It almost feels like certain things cannot be tolerated no longer, or in order for things to change, you have to change, so you have to take your stand. As it is, it's somewhere on your intuitive level that stand is needed, yet you're not taking any kind of actions to do it. So it's up to you right now to kind of take that stand and walk your walk. But from what I'm gathering from those cards, you're kind of in a waiting mode. You're waiting for something, of either for the better opportunity, or you're not taking what was being given to you in a way, because it's going to the same old I'm hearing. You've been down that path before and you know what it is. So some kind of action is required on your behalf to do with your job, your finances, your own business. And you kind of face by those two opposites. So if you're going to look at it this way, the King of Wands, the completion, it's facing you, and the Six of Cups is facing you. So it's like being between two opposing forces, knowing that none of them actually are good. Not good, because this is not in terms of good and bad, but it's not it's not the path, it's just not the way. And it's up to you to kind of figure out what is the best way forward. But I think you will be pushed, or you're going to be shoved, or into making decisions. It's like there's going to be this anticipation, this waiting on somebody else's behalf for you to make that decision, and you are not ready to make that decision. So in a section relating to your relations and relationships, we have Empress and we have a Four of Wands. So whenever you are in a stable relationship, or you're looking for a relationship, or you're planning to get pregnant, or you're planning to settle and have like a stable relationship, or having a family, things are looking up for you on this front. Be the way how you are, and what I'm hearing, it's the right time for you. So if you're looking to put your relationship level up and make it more, let's put it this way, I heard what I was saying, and I cannot, I lost it. So it's like moving level up within your relationship, or if you choose to go into the new relationship, it's a good time as well. If you're planning on getting pregnant, or if you are wanting to get married, that is a very good time for it. So this is very amazing and beautiful message here for you. So coming back to this narrative of the week, so we have a Two of Swords, we have a Seven of Pentacles, and we have a Hangman over here. As you can see, I'm going to need another hand over here. This is sitting just below, this one is sitting just below the, actually it goes this way, it's like a mirror image. Hold on, give me a second. It actually sits like this. And this is confirming that you don't feel those two cards, this one and this one, is the same energy resonating, confirming that you don't feel like you are in a position, situation, or wanting at the given moment to make that decision. And this is to do with not feeling that the options available to you right now, they're sufficient. And you're waiting, and you know you have to wait for other things to come your way. But this is all about a waiting game. It's almost, if that is to do with your job, or it's to do with your finance, it's knowing, and you know it on very much pragmatic and practical way level, that in order for things to change, you need a little bit more time. Things are not ready yet. If that is financial investments, or you're looking for a new job, or the things that have to go. The overall message, and very strong message, is you know the things are not right yet, so you cannot reap what you sow as yet. And this card is kind of confirming this and clarifying this information. Equally, the Hangman, it's kind of resonating with those Two of Swords once again, because this is indecision, and this is going inwards and choosing to kind of withdraw and get yourself disconnected from the situation. So it's almost like you're going into kind of freezing, waiting mode over here. So it's almost like something to do with your job or your finance. It's wanting to come to the closure, to the conclusion, to kind of push you and shove you into something new, which in fact you know isn't new, and then you know you need more time. So actually sit on it and almost like stew on it. So in terms of, and then we have a seven of Pentacles here twice, and this is within the narrative, and this is within potential how to put it, it's obstacles, the potential obstacles, and this potential obstacle, once again, it's not an obstacle per se, but it's the knowing that time is needed for you to reap what you sow, and it's more time needed, and time seems to be an obstacle for you right now. In terms of potential opportunities, we have a Page of Swords, and Page of Swords, in a way, what the message is if you're unhappy, or if you feel you've been backed by something or someone, you don't always have to be pleasant and nice, Virgo. So this is coming to tell you, actually, if you want to be stroppy, sometimes it's a good thing, because you're actually knowing people, not stroppy to the point of being rude, but letting people know that something is bugging you, or just being very direct in a way that you're letting people know that you're not happy, you're not satisfied with certain things. So at least they know, and this is almost like I heard sometimes that not always it's good to be friends with everyone. Sometimes it's better to people to be it's not people to fear you, but people to walk around you like on eggshells sometimes. So sometimes it's for you to turn that mode on if you have one, and if you feel it that way, this is suggested as an opportunity for you to kind of let other people know. It's kind of outlet, so you can let people know. And if people are making mistakes, because I'm hearing about people making mistakes, you know, there's nothing wrong for you in actually saying, actually this isn't right, or this could be done better, or actually this. So that's what I'm getting here. And the best possible way of approach, this suggests the best possible way of approach. We have 8 of Wands, and that's 8 of Wands is to allow things to happen. It's what I'm getting with this card, things that are happening right, left and centre, and on a certain level they can be chaotic because there doesn't seem to be any order to it, but the advice over here is to allow these things happen and go with the flow. In the things that are going wrong, things are going wrong. In the things that are going right, they're going right, and just go with it. Don't try to fix. It's almost like what I'm hearing here. Do not try to fix things. It's just take them for what they are. And what is that additional commentary over here? Focus on what you want a long term. So it's almost like whatever is happening this 4th week of May, Virgo, for you, this is just temporary. This is something that maybe, well, what I'm getting here with those 2 swords cards, 2 of Swords cards, it's you, maybe this is all about you going inwards and waiting for what you really want, and not being satisfied with things they are not really good for you, or they are not good for you for a longer term. So maybe this indecision on the end of the day, it isn't such a bad thing, because you're waiting for something that you really want and you would really like, and the overall message is focus on the long-term goal. Whatever is happening, it's happening, and it's for you to realize what is it that you really want, and how you can get yourself out of the situation. It's almost like life is forcing on you, making, you know, I'm hearing it's almost like life or whatever belief system you might have here, it's going to be life, universe, God, angels, whoever, you know, whatever is resonating with you, is trying to show you the way how you can get yourself out of this conundrum. Because this is all about the control and self-belief, and there's almost like a lesson for you. So for you to become your own best friend and not rely so much on outer, but rely on your own self-belief, and that is the overall message for you for this week. I hope this reading has resonated with you, or at least it was something you were able to take away from this reading. Thank you for tuning in, and much love to all of you out there. Bye.